Now I invite Mr. Mangala Perera, the Managing Director of Sunquick Lanka Private Limited, someone who actually made a red ocean market a blue ocean by carving out a new segment for the same project.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this event, Kotla Impact, for inviting me to share Sunquick brand success story in Sri Lanka with this prestigious audience at this specific day where our father of modern marketing, Professor Philip Kotla, celebrates his 94th birthday. And also, I, together with my Sunquick team, wish him good health and happiness and joy on this special day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give a brief introduction about the brand and its nature. Sunquick is a Danish-based multinational brand where product is available in more than 100 plus countries with several manufacturing plants around the world. The product by nature is a squash and cordial which you need to mix with water according to your own taste palette. The brand is owned by Koro Age Denmark, who are the owners of globally popular Suntop, Sunlolly, Sunfresh, in addition to Sunquick, is very popular in many countries, especially in the MENA region, which contributes more than 50% to the global sales. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you a story today without adding more terminologies, theories, and conceptual frameworks, and explain how did this brand become the category leader in Sri Lanka Scotch and cordial market. The story starts 40 decades ago. The product Sunquick came to Sri Lanka as a finished product from Copenhagen. You can imagine, it's a European taste palette with freight and import duties. It's marketed at a premium price. Therefore, it was positioned as an upper market product, obviously, and was available in selected outlets with selective distribution and placements. Therefore, the volumes were comparatively low. Therefore, we as a team decided to make this premium brand to mass appealing brand to achieve our visionary goal. I mean mass market accepted brand. We define our target consumer profile accordingly. Our segment in targeting positioning strategy was formulated to make this brand as a category leader and take more than 50% market share within a specific time period. How are we going to do that? To make this brand mass market accepted brand. As I previously mentioned, the Sunquick finished product came from Denmark initially. Therefore, the landed cost with all import duties and other related cost elements not allowed masses to afford this brand because of the premium pricing. Therefore, we wanted to make it affordable. How are we going to do that? Therefore, we thought of start local production. How can we do that? In international marketing, you know that there are different ways to enter into the new markets. One of the strategies is to go for the co-packing. We were thinking about to start co-packing operation in Sri Lanka. Now, by doing that, we will be able to reduce the cost and make this brand as an affordable brand to the mass markets. We have defined the consumer profiles accordingly. We have identified our target audience, defined the age categories, gender categories, all social demographics, and decided to go for the co-packing operation in Sri Lanka. That was a turning point for this brand to make a local category leader. Therefore, with this strategy, we have found a local manufacturer. It was a pharmaceutical manufacturing company with excess capacity. Then we signed an agreement with this co-packer to start under license operations, bring in the compound and the pulp from Denmark and mixing and diluting and bottling in Sri Lanka. Therefore, to make it a local category leader, we have decided to go for the co-packing strategy. In international marketing, you know that to enter into the new market in a more affordable way, with a less investment, you can go to the co-packing operations. Identify the right manufacturing capabilities with right technology, with highly tested quality parameters. You can find a right partner to manufacture your product as per your specification. Principally, we have decided to go for the co-packing operation. Before that, we have done a taste grid analysis. This is international brand. The brand is available in many parts of the world. There are taste palettes, there are flavor preferences, there are bitter levels, salt levels. There are different preferences are completely different from one part to the other part of the world. Therefore, we have decided to do a small survey. It's called taste grid analysis. We have identified different parameters. You know that we've been Asians, been Sri Lankans or Indians. Our preference for the sugar level is very much higher than the European standards. Therefore, we need to meet these requirements to win the consumers. Therefore, we have conducted an in-depth research survey and identified the taste palette of the Sri Lankan consumers in line with our defined consumer profile. Based on these research data, we have adjusted, we have reformulated the original product formula and offered more benefits to the Sri Lankan consumers. Therefore, with that, we have basically changed the product, or I must say that we have done kind of a product adaptations to meet the local consumers' requirement. Therefore, by keeping same quality parameters, European standards, we have decided to commence our under-licensed co-packing operation in Sri Lanka. That was our humble beginning to make it mass market product. Our strategy worked. We were able to reduce the price to a great extent, make it price sensitive, price affordable. With that strategy, our volume started to increase up to the expected level. We continued this co-packing operation for some time, and with this volume increase, that increased volumes justify even this investment for our own manufacturing plant in Sri Lanka, which we executed successfully. That is a second milestone we have recorded. Even though we reduce the prices and try to reach into the more and more mass markets, we were not able to become the category leader because price is not the only point. Price is not the only point we have to think about. With these strategies, price adaptations, product adaptations, by meeting the local consumers' expectations, slowly our volumes start to increase. We went for our own manufacturing plant, as I said previously, and went for the investment, and that gives us a more flexibility to offer more offerings to the consumers whom we targeted. Now we have basically done the product adaptations to meet the consumers, Sri Lankan consumer requirements. We have done the price adjustments. Now we need to come into the promotions. I'm going to talk about all 4 P's and explain what we have done. This product, as I said previously, is an international brand. They're available in many markets. Their positioning platform is completely different. It is a functional base. Right? It says all about the functional benefits about the brand. It says more glasses, more vitamins, colors, etc., etc.
Sunquick, real fruit, great taste. Provides vitamin C, great value for money. Sunquick, made with natural fruit juice.
Our competitors or competition in the market also claim on the same functional benefits. It's clearly a red ocean strategy. When we claim that Sunquick made 40 glasses from a bottle, the competition also come and say that it's 42 glasses or 45 glasses. When we claim Sunquick has a vitamin A and C, the competitors count it as many more vitamins, not only A and C. When we add different flavors, competition also came up with new different flavors. It's a really real bloodbath in the red ocean. We want to move out from that. As you know, when you are in the red ocean, the competition also follows you. It is very, very difficult to sustain in the longer term. Therefore, we wanted to change this global positioning strategy to the different direction. Therefore, we as a team decided to take the brand from red ocean to the blue ocean, where the competitor can't follow us. That was our main strategy. Completely different positioning, completely different strategic positioning. You know, in international marketing, the different companies operate in a different ways. You could have heard about EPRG framework, ethnocentric, polycentric, regiocentric, geocentric. Sunquick, Koro, AS, Denmark, basically they follow the regiocentric. They have different regions. For example, Asia Pacific region, European region, the MENA region, the African region, etc., etc. We belong to the Asia Pacific or APAC region. We have decided to change the global positioning and was able to convince the global team and the regional team to change the Sri Lankan positioning platform in line with our new strategy by touching the Sri Lankan cultural values. You know, as a Sri Lankan culture, whether you are Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslims, Burgher, when we visit people or relatives or friends, we normally don't visit with them with empty hands. You always go with some kind of gift, which is always one of the best gifts they can give according to their affordability. That is the part of our rich culture and relationships. That shows your closeness to your loved ones. We wanted to capitalize this cultural value and develop our new positioning strategy. We wanted to position Sunquick in the best product they can give to anybody to showcase their strong relationships. Therefore, our entire markup strategy was based on this strategic platform. Really, we wanted to take this brand into the rural customers and expanding our customer base and make this brand as a category leader. Don't forget, we wanted to be a category leader. We wanted to enjoy more than 50% market share. Entire team was geared for that. With our new strategic positioning, we have to completely align our marketing strategy. That is the dent we have taken to take this brand into the next level. Our marketing strategy completely realigned, redefined, and addressed to the identified consumer profile in a correct way to attract these consumers towards Sunquick brand. As I previously mentioned, we wanted to take this brand from red ocean to blue ocean. That means the functional benefit from the emotional benefits. Therefore, the functional values such as 40 glasses, 42 glasses, vitamin C, no artificial flavors, natural fruit drinks and all these things, functional values, we shifted into the emotional values with this gifting strategy as I previously mentioned. That was a really real winning strategy. These Markham executions has given a really real directions to become the category leader with 70 to 72% market share where we are enjoying today.
එපා එලවන්න. උන්ද ඔය සාත්‍තරයක් කියන්නේ.
මොකක්ද අත්තම කියන්නේ?
ඇඹුල් ගහක ඉඳලා කාක්කෙක් කණ්ඩන්නේ අමුත්ත එනකොට.
අක්කේ අර
අමානංගි තව ගමනක් යන ගමන් ආවේ මේ තෑග්ග ගෙදර අයට.
තෑග්ග? කපුටු සාත්තරය හරි.
Sunquick තෑගි දෙන සාස්තරේ.
The final execution is the distribution. Now we have done the product adjustments, price adjustments, promotional adjustments, and now we need to keep the product available for consumers to come and buy that. Therefore, we introduce the multi-channel distribution network covering general trade, the modern trade, wholesale and institutional trade, ISMs, SMMT, HoReCa said, as I previously mentioned, food and services, and the wholesale channels. This multi-channel distribution network or route to market access help us to keep the product available in a different corners of this country. It is not in Colombo, it is not in main towns, urban towns, starting from Hambantara to Kiribadguru to Veerakatiya, Deyattakandiya, you name it, is Jaffna or Betiklo, Kandy, everywhere this product was available with this distribution strategy, multi-channel distribution strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have corrected the products in line with the consumers' expectations. We have done the price corrections, promotions, which are tailor-made promotions to appeal into the consumers in Sri Lanka by touching the Sri Lankan cultural values, as well as the distribution also aligned with 5-channel specific distribution network that clearly define the route to market and take in the products into the much needed outlets in the island. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done a lot of adaptations. As I previously mentioned, initially we have done a taste grid analysis and identified the taste palette of the Sri Lankan defined consumer profile and meet these expectations. By doing that, we were able to introduce numerous flavors, numerous products and ranges, sizes, SKUs to this market. That is in line with the customer expectations. Very specifically, we have introduced 2-liter catering pack to this industry. First time in the Koro is history, identifying the requirement of the HoReCa sector, hotel, restaurant and catering category. We were the first country to introduce the 2-liter canisters in the Koro world or the Sunquick world. Because the requirement was they are going by food and beverage managers or the hotel managers, business managers, event managers, they go by the cost per glass. We wanted to give a sort of a right economical solution for them to buy our product. Therefore, we came up with this product innovation, 2-liter canisters, that was widely accepted by the consumers, and most of the countries, out of this more than 100 countries selling Sunquick, is following our strategy to enter into the catering sector. The China is one of the biggest markets. They have very big market share in HoReCa sector with this 2-liter canister introduction. That is some of the product adaptations we have done. In addition to that, we went for the theme colors, especially for the HoReCa sector, because when you do a sort of an event or wedding, maybe different function, they go by theme colors. Therefore, we have identified that particular need, address to fill that need gap. We have introduced different colors. Pink guava, strawberry is one of the solutions we have given to meet these theme colors. Black currant is another solution. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, by filling these gaps in the market, we were able to increase our volume share where our competition cannot follow us or copy us. Multiple application was one of the key areas we wanted to capitalize. Sunquick is not only, previously it was only for a soft drink or the fruit juice, food drink. Today it is not a fruit juice, fruit drink or soft drink. It mixed with the cocktails, mocktails. It used for the main body of the some of the dishes, and also it used for the desserts as well. Therefore, we created this culture by implementing, executing, and introducing different applications that gives additional volumes to drive the brand up to the next level. Today, this brand is the category leader. We are enjoying nearly 70% market share in this particular category. To become market leader, it was our dream. We came a long way. But to achieve this thing, we have conducted a lot of ATL, BTL, TTL campaigns. Most of our campaigns are highly emotional. It talks to the heart of the consumers. Most of the campaigns, award-winning campaigns, are directly addressed to the targeted consumers. Let me share some of the communications.
අම්මේ සියදහස් මව්වරු අවුරුදු ගෙදර එනතුරු මග බලා හිඳී. අන්ටෝනියෝ බුදුදස් මහත්තයා පරණ යාළුකම් අලුත් වුණාම ජීවිතේ මොන තරම් ලස්සනද. සන්කුයික් තෑගි දෙන ශාස්ත්‍රයේ
මේ කලින් තැන්වලින් නම් කිව්වේ ගැලපෙන්නේ නෑ කියලා.
හැබැයි ඉතින් දෙන්නටම අනුන් ගැන හිතන ගුණේ තියෙන. දෙමව්පියන්ට කියලා බැන්දට වරදක් නෑ. මේවා සල්ලි බලාගෙන කරන සාත්‍ර නෙමෙයි. මොකෝ ආයෙම ඈ
කලින් හිත රිදුනා නම් සමාවෙන්න.
මං කිව්වේ මහත්තයලා හිත හොඳයි. සේරම හරියාවි.
Sunquick තෑගි දෙන ශාස්ත්‍රයේ.
This remarkable achievements made us proud, and the principals, brand owners made us proud, and a lot of Sunquick manufacturing and marketing countries all over the world use Sri Lanka as a model market. They come over here, see this market, learn, and also sharing their experience. We are learning every day. This case study really helped us to take this cooperation to the next level. As I previously said, we started with a humble beginning. We bring the product down from Denmark or Copenhagen, sell it to the limited outlets. Then we started the co-packing operation with a third-party co-packer. Volume increases. Then we went to the next level. We have started our own facility and started our own production. That is not the end, ladies and gentlemen. With that, the brand owners, the Koro Products, AS Denmark, invited us to become an equity partner in this whole project and started the new venture, Sunquick Lanka Private Limited, becoming one of the biggest manufacturers in this part of the world. Today, we are not only selling in Sri Lankan markets. We are exporting to different part of the world. We export Sunquick, which manufactured in Horana, Sri Lanka, to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Tonga, Samoa, Kiribati, Maldives, Bangladesh, you name, there are 12 countries, 12 to 14 countries we are exporting from Sri Lanka. We are bringing to the country much needed export proceeds. With that, ladies and gentlemen, this year, Sunquick Lanka Private Limited with my committed team was able to win the National Exports Award, Silver Awards for the both food and beverage category. That is a remarkable achievement. Therefore, we wanted to become a category leader. Yes, we did it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Within a specific time period, we were able to achieve that. Today, out of our expanded capacity, 35% goes to the export markets, 60% to 65% to the local market. We are very happy that we need to go to the next level, next production capacity expansion. Therefore, this success story really energizes the local entrepreneurs, local marketers to think in a different way and take in the challenges and go for their set targets. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let me sum up. We have done a lot of local adaptations, starting from commencing the production in this country. International flavors has been modified. Local manufacturing and introduced 2-liter pack offers less cost per glasses and everything. Localized communication strategy, applications and multiple usages, so many things we have adapted to the local culture. With that, those are the adaptations as I previously mentioned. With that, what is the result? What is the end result? Today we are the category leader. We wanted to get more than 51% market share in this category. Today we are enjoying nearly 70% market share in terms of volumes and the value both. Our revenue growth is remarkable. Our bottom line growth is really awesome. Therefore, these are the results, and with that, the outsiders, other stakeholders also recognize our efforts. Number of awards and accolades, including Slim Brand Excellence, Global Brand Congress, and also a lot of productivity awards, a lot of performance awards, a lot of international awards, as well as I previously mentioned, very unique TV commercials and the creativity, DG awards, you name, we are there, we got all these things. I mean, that shows our commitments, our dedications, and our achievements in this whole process. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to me. Hope that you will learn something from this case study, and wish you all the best.